When it comes to my desk setup, I love a good upgrade, adding something to my desk that helps me be more productive, or even makes working at my desk a bit more enjoyable. So today, I want to show you some of my more recent desk upgrades, and all of the items I'm about to show you can be purchased for less than $50 US. Let's get into it. We begin at my PC setup. This is the desk where I do most of my writing and a little bit of 3D modeling and of course playing PC games. And I've recently added some new tech to this desk. Up first is this excellent volume knob controller by FOSI Audio.
Yeah, that's nice.
This knob is made of solid metal and it feels premium to use. And like any volume knob, it allows you to adjust the volume of what you're listening to at your desk by rotating the wheel. This knob has a few additional buttons for playing and pausing music, but the nicest part of this model is that it's wireless. Most volume controllers that I've tested are wired only, but this knob has Bluetooth so you can place it anywhere on your desk. Look, a volume knob is a premium desk accessory, but this one comes in at a great price. However, if you want something a bit more practical, this next item solved an annoying issue I had with my PC. I got this MSI gaming desktop last year, and overall I like it, but it has one weakness: wireless connectivity. Like wireless headsets, controllers, and Bluetooth accessories will randomly disconnect throughout my day. It could be the cheap network card that MSI put in here, but in the end, what I need to do is bring my wireless dongles closer to where I sit, which is exactly what I did. I picked up this desk mount USB hub, which allows you to add additional USB ports to the top of your desk. And in my case, I mounted the hub behind my monitor, but it's still much closer to where I sit at my PC, and now my wireless problems are gone. Oh, and a bonus item for you guys, I got this USB Bluetooth receiver for like $10, and I plugged it into this hub as well. And now my Bluetooth accessories work perfect. So if you're having wireless issues like I was, and you're too lazy to install a new network card like I was, this USB hub is a fast and easy solution for improving wireless performance. Up next at my PC setup is a new twist on an old classic. I'm sure many of you watching this video have heard of the Elgato Stream Deck and its smaller cousin, the Stream Deck Mini. The Mini is the most affordable in the lineup, and you can usually pick them up for around $50. I've had this Stream Deck Mini for years, and it was collecting dust on my shelf until I stumbled across this really cool 3D printing project, which allows you to mount your Stream Deck Mini under your desk and slide it out when you need it. Right now, I've got my Stream Deck Mini controlling my smart lights in my office, so whenever I want to set the scene or change the color of the lights, I just slide out the Stream Deck, hit a button, and slide it away. It's a really interesting way to interact with a Stream Deck, and if you're interested in recreating this setup but don't have access to a 3D printer, you can purchase similar desk mounts on sites like Etsy. Now we move over to my Mac setup, or the video editing desk, where I've recently added some really useful accessories. But first, I want to tell you about my new web browser, Opera Air, a web browser that is designed to make the internet less stressful and remind me to be more mindful while I work. The layout is super clean and minimal, which helps me stay focused without all of the usual clutter. Instead of seeing ads when you open a new browser tab, you get a little positive message. And it's nice to have a few less ads and a bit more positivity when I browse the web. Opera Air also has a feature called Breaks. The browser walks you through a quick meditation or stretching exercise, and it's been really helpful breaking up my workday. Opera Air also has built-in soundscapes called boosts, with options for lo-fi music or ambient nature sounds, designed to help you stay focused but also relaxed while you work online. So with all the stress in the world today, I'm grateful apps like Opera Air exist to help me be a bit more mindful when I'm spending time online. To try Opera Air for yourself, you can check the link in the description below, and now back to the video. We're at my Mac setup, where I've got a few items I want to share with you guys. The last video I posted was a full tour of this setup, so if you're interested, go watch that video. But I do want to give another shout out to a device I featured in that video, the Eleks Power Console. This is basically two devices in one, a USB hub for my Mac and a power controller for USB accessories, with physical switches that allow you to turn devices on and off at your desk. I did a much more detailed breakdown in my last video, but I wanted to include the power console in this video as well because I picked mine up for right around $50 US, which qualifies it for this list. And if you watched my last video, you may also have seen this mini widescreen display that I had in my video editing setup, which was awesome, but unfortunately this display was having some strange power issues, so I needed to replace it. I was going to get another mini display when I remembered I have a perfectly good iPad Pro that just sits on my desk for most of the day. And after some testing, I realized using an iPad as a second monitor on macOS has gotten really good. Like, there's no latency and the screen looks super sharp. I just picked up this $20 stand and used it to float my iPad over the edge of this desk shelf. And as a bonus, the iPad now has a dedicated place in the setup. It's always charged and can still be used as an iPad. Okay, so this last item is less about productivity and more for relaxing. Sometimes I like showing off tech that's good for taking a break. This is the Game Baby by Bitmo Lab, and it's a case for the iPhone that makes it look like a Game Boy. Or at least that's what it looks like at first glance, because the bottom half of this case slides off, and you can flip it around and mount it to the front of your phone, which turns your iPhone's touchscreen into a pretty convincing Game Boy layout. These buttons have capacitive pads that transfer your button presses to the touchscreen, which lets you play classic titles with physical controls all on an iPhone. Now, because these buttons are a little soft, I would say the case works better for slower paced games like puzzle games or RPGs, but it's still so much better than using a touchscreen. And if you take breaks during the workday and like to play games, it's a pretty sweet option. And that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, my name is Nick Mo, thanks for watching Work From Hype, and I will catch you guys in the next one.